What is going on, y'all? So I had the best sleep. All right, you guys could be sleeping very peacefully, but I had such the best sleep that I woke up and I thought I was in morning time. Like, I thought it was morning. I woke up around like 5:30 and I thought it was morning. So I called my son and I'm like, good morning. And he's like, Ma, it's not morning time. So some of you guys could just be feeling like time is an illusion right now. But this reading is going to cover the full moon energy that's happening tomorrow, I think on the 5th. Yeah, that's the 5th. So the full moon, this full moon, honey, y'all gotta brace yourself because it's gonna carry some shaky ass energy, okay? Because this full moon is going to reveal to a lot of people what is no longer stable, but it's also going to offer some lightness. Like, all right, this is not working. All right, like you did all you can. So that's reminding us to shift our rigid energy to a place that feels more aligned with our authentic selves. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be what we're gonna be talking about. You guys could be feeling a whole lot less, like just light. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Spirit, what do you want me to talk about as far as this full moon energy in Leo goes? You guys could be a fire sign. So it's definitely going to be affecting your self-reflection here. Ooh, see? All right. So this came out in reverse. So I'm going to read it as reverse. But then this came out upright. So you got goddess in reverse. All right. And the goddess in reverse is giving off your shadow side. So this full moon, because the full moon is all about illuminating what you are hiding. There's a lot of truth and secrets going to be revealed, but also within yourself. It's going to be tapping in to what you don't talk about, what you don't want people to know. And right now, there's a goddess in reverse that is going to be faced with exploitation. All right, how she exploited herself. When the goddess comes in reverse, it speaks about exploitation of the female nature and form. So is going to exploit. So if you are dealing with someone that you thought was a goddess, you are going to realize that they have been exploiting themselves and not in a good light. And if you are somebody experiencing this is going to be the time where you check yourself and you realize, I'm not showing myself in a good light. This is not what I want to be seen as. All right. And then the next card comes out is child wounded. This is a wounded child. So this female or whoever's going to resonate with this energy has been acting out of order, has been, just doing things to females, projecting the negative nature of females because they've been wounded. Hurt people, all right? They blame all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. They resist moving on through forgiveness because they wounded. They turn their back on everybody that they come in contact with through deliberately using their sex, their manipulation and feelings because they didn't know how to heal that. So, the good thing about that is this full moon, that's going to be the shaky part. So you gotta see and understand, not understand, we're going to understand how is that going to affect us in our lives. Now, if you're a divine masculine, you're going to see that whoever you've been dealing with has the attributes of a wounded child. They may act immature, but they blame all the dysfunctional things that they are going through in their relationships on a childhood wound. They don't take initiative and responsibility. I'm getting a hiccup, y'all. And that's the built up. Somebody feels built up. Hiccups mean like you need to release. You know what I'm saying? So, that's going to be for y'all divine masculines. This is the woman that y'all going to see. This is the category she's falling under. And for the divine feminists out here that's going through this is because you're acting out of being wounded. All right? This is somebody that exploits themselves in a negative nature, blaming all their dysfunctional acts on everybody else. And they literally resist change because in order to change, you got to take accountability. But when you don't, that's when the tower moment happened. And that's when everything starts falling down and crumbling because the divine has to step in because you're moving crazy. So Spirit, what else? Ooh. Okay, I'm only going to take this card. So you got the Dawn Wand in reverse. So there's somebody that's acting like, all right, boom. So there's a Dawn Wand here in reverse that is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. All right, they want the spotlight to be on them and their seductive qualities. All right, but when it came out in reverse, a Dawn Wand is like, that's not really impressing nobody. Like, that's not really a catch for a divine feminine that's really the goddess and upright. So now what's going on is now this is a trauma bonded relationship that somebody is going through, and this full moon in Leo, which is the 5th, is going to illuminate this trauma bonded relationship because they can't run from it. So what's going to be illuminated is this Dawn Wand and this goddess in reverse. They're going to see that both of them has been wounded as a child, and it's manifesting in their relationship as an unbalanced, dysfunctional relationship, because both of them is resisting the change to move forward. All right? These two people actually is crazy. These two people actually use their romantic attraction for the worst, for their own private agendas. So you see, like, it's a karmic and a karmic. And then they attach themselves. It's a trauma bond. Give me one more card, Spirit. You know what? Liberation. So, exactly. So, the liberating part is going to be what the full moon brings, all right? It's the reason why I shuffled and looked at the bottom of the deck. So, this full moon, if you take it in the right way and you realize this relationship is a trauma bond relationship, because one is a goddess in reverse, one is strictly exploiting their female attributes in a negative light, and then you got the Dawn Wand in reverse, meaning using their power of attraction for private agendas. It's like a perfect karmic match. So if you take this full moon and use the liberation energy and free yourself and this karmic relationship from outmoded belief system and releasing negative thought patterns. So also this trauma bond relationship is outmoded with beliefs, has outdated beliefs, and it's a negative pattern. And whoever is in this trauma bonded relationship, they're gonna realize that it was karmic. They're gonna realize the real meaning of karmic. It's not a game. It's about, being liberated from blaming others on your dysfunctional relationship. You blame it on the childhood wounds. All right. When we grown here, we now able to take accountability. All right. This relationship as a whole has resisted moving through because one is being a Dawn Wand, sleeping around with everybody, doing this, and going after whatever they want to go after. And then you got this one chasing. It doesn't make sense. All right. And then if you don't, so I just told you if you do take this as a liberation and as a blessing in disguise, even though it may feel like a tower moment. Now, if you don't realize that this is a trauma bond relationship, and if you don't take accountability as a union and stop blaming all of your dysfunctional things on others and resisting change, then what's going to happen is you're going to be opposing your own time. You're going to be imposing your own dysfunctional things over those you claim to be liberated. All right. You're ignoring legitimate constraints. So it's never going to be no liberation. It's just going to be trauma bond. Trauma bond is when two hurt people just stay together, but they don't really want to be together because I don't even know. I can't speak on it. But why is this goddess here in reverse? Please and thank you. Why is this goddess here in reverse? The sun. The sun has illuminated the way she was exploiting herself as a divine feminine. You see, you see how bright that, like, you see how it's illuminated with white light? This is the full moon energy. It looks exactly like this. It's like you can't hide. You can't run from it. Okay? So that's what's going to be illuminating. It literally, this is how the full moon looks. It's like anything that you try to hide, anything that you try to repress, anything that you don't want to heal within yourself that you don't like to talk about, now Spirit is going to force you to deal with it. Because that's the only way you're going to grow. And that's the real reasons why you need to, balance yourself out through these moon cycles. So that way when a new moon comes, you won't have nothing to worry about. All your manifestations will come true. But when you don't utilize the full moon in a perspective to where you have to change, then it's going to be a repetitive cycle, all right, with hidden agendas. So this is what's going to be illuminated for yourself or for the divine masculines that's dealing with a karmic. Like, you're going to realize that they have been exploiting their female ways in a negative light and abusing their power, and you're not going to like that. So why is this child wounded here? And this is where the blame comes in at. This is where the dysfunctional comes in at. This is where you blaming everybody and a mother on your relationships and not taking initiative, and that's resisting moving forward. All right, but this is a trauma bond. You got the goddess and then the Don Juan. Look, the father of air. Let me clarify this one time. Gain. All right, so I feel like this is spirit. Or this is divine masculine. All right? The divine masculine, because it's a masculine on here. So this Don Juan really could be somebody that's wise. All right? They could be somebody that's really, really smart. But when it comes to gaining something, when it comes to their material assets, 12, 22 on the clock, they're risking, like, it's their wisdom goes out the window. Now they're being very strategic on getting to the bag. So it's like, what are you doing to get to the bag? Are you not dealing with this trauma bond relationship and just looking at the money? Are you just putting up with a trauma bond relationship because you're trying to gain money? Because two people, sometimes one person out of the union will only stay because that's how they get their money. So this is going to hit a divine masculine hard. Because if you are a fire sign, the full moon is going to be in Leo. That's all about reviewing. All right? It's all about a shaky ass energy when it comes to revealing to us what no longer is stable. So now whatever this masculine thought that they was going to gain and that they was just only sticking around for money, they're going to realize, damn, this person is not going to give me the money that I need or anything, because all I'm looking for is money. Where's the love? Where's the spirituality? Where's the learning? Where's the life lessons? So this masculine is going to have a very hard and major impact. Because now it's like it stopped. It just was a sprout. So now this masculine is looking like, wait, I thought this relationship was going to grow into a tree by now. I thought it was going to, oh my gosh, I thought I was taking care of it, but it's not. It stayed as just a sprout, and it didn't sprout all the way. Now they're going to realize why it didn't sprout. See, it was supposed to sprout, but Spirit is saying if you in a relationship just for money or just because that person is taking care of you, Spirit will make it stay like this on purpose until you see what's really going on, until you let things go, until you use your spotlight in a positive and a seductive way. All right, so that's what's going to happen to this masculine. While this feminine is going to be forced to come to terms with how they was exploiting themselves as a feminine, or it's just going to be exposed anyway to this masculine. And now, you know, this masculine, because this came under childhood wounds. This came under the blame. This came under the blame of dysfunction. All right, this masculine is going to start reviewing like, oh, snap. Because what I said, the full moon is all about reviewing. 15-15. They're going to be like, oh, this is not working. And they fuck around and be like, oh, I got to change my ways. I don't want to be a Don Juan no more. But they was very strategic. This person may have a hat. They like to wear hats. They may could be a little bored. All right, they may could have a beard. But look, it's like the chain is around his neck. So he's been chained to a lot of negative things when it came to abundance. But specifically being in this trauma bonded relationship. So again, that's what's going to be illuminated for this divine masculine. What's this Don Juan here for, Spirit? Please and thank you. This is the using their power. So it's because of their circumstances. It's their circumstances. It's how their family is, okay? It's how they feel like, you know, the way they was raised, that they have to do this, okay? Maybe they've been a womanizer because a lot of women in their life has dictated. They may have grew up in a lot of women, but all this is going on because of their circumstances. And now what's going to happen is this full moon is going to illuminate their circumstances and this relationship with this karmic. All right? Yeah, the universe, the cycle is done. It's done. The world card, which is the universe, is the last card out of the tarot deck. So this person, circumstances of being a Don Juan and being a player is done. It's over. It's over. It's done. So it's either on this new moon, they are going to realize the real facts about their circumstances and that they are going to have to, you know, come to terms with how they're going to get out of that. If they're going to actually stop their player ways and just, because it's hurting this other person. It's like two people hurt people and everything is just about money. These people probably live together. These people probably share a lot of assets, but they don't want to be together. Or this Don Juan has been just doing them. But if the cycle is closed here and the circumstances, that's going to be for up to you to realize, because I don't know what's going on in y'all circumstances. But what I'm seeing is here, the cycle is closed and y'all following some sort of belief system where it's dysfunctional. It's very dysfunctional. What is this liberation, Spirit? The Lover's card. I'm telling you guys. Look at these old contracts. These people look mad. These people both went out. They looking at Spirit like, please help me. Because it's a trauma bond relationship. It's like old. It's stiff. All right, so let's decode everything and then that's going to be it. So the full moon in Leo, which is February 5th, is going to carry some shaky ass energy, right? It's going to carry a lot of heavy energy if you are a fire sign, okay? Because it's going to reveal to us what is no longer stable in our lives, all right? And if you've been dealing with something that's not stable, you're going to be forced to take action, all right? Now, there's a trauma bonded relationship going on where both parties has been wounded as a child, all right? And it has manifested in their relationship as an adult when it comes to blaming others for their dysfunction, all right? And resisting moving forward through change, okay? The spotlight is going to shine on a karmic that was exploiting themselves in a negative manner, okay? And for the Don Juan, they are going to realize that they've been with somebody only for assets and money, and they were scared to like move. They're going to realize that nothing is growing and that everything has stopped. Okay? They're going to realize and come to terms with how many people they were sleeping with, and how their player ways did not do any justice to this sprout. And then that's going to determine their circumstances. That's going to determine if spirit sat them down for another cycle or if they're going to let it go. Only them in this situation, in this trauma bonded relationship, could decide what circumstances is how it's going to end. Are y'all going to continue to follow the old belief systems, the outmoded and outdated belief systems? Okay? Are you guys going to continue to impose your self-hurt on each other and ignoring legitimate constraints? Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card. It's repletion. You want to feel free. Your emotions, if you do all of this, and if both of you guys do all of this, you're going to feel free. But right now, it's a rocky edge. All right? It's too much chaos in your emotions. When you think about an ocean, you think about replenishment. You think about rejuvenation. So this is the goal that you have to, get to, for you to have your emotions fully able to be free, instead of it being blocked by these hard and heavy loads that you've been dealing with in this trauma bonded relationship. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys, and I love you.